Hello and welcome back, YouTube. Wow, I had a damn good time. I'm so glad I popped in here. And I was totally not going to go out, but it was like, yeah, I was hungry. I went to Taco Bell and I'm like, oh, there's the Hideaway right there. Yeah, I should go sing. Yeah, karaoke's kind of an addiction. What can I say? So it's still Sunday night, June 11th, 11:44 p.m. And I get kind of pessimistic sometimes. It's like, God, I go in these bars and I just never meet women. Not like I used to meet women. Whoa. I keep forgetting on this stupid thing. It's gotta click twice. The stupid alarm goes off. And it's not that I never meet women at this bar, just I don't always. But I did tonight. On that note, I never even checked the messages from Priscilla because I'm still really upset about the way everything went down on Thursday and Friday, especially Friday night. And yeah, I'm just and I'm just yeah, I'm not happy with that. I feel like, and I feel like trying to keep that going is what's stopping me from maybe meeting somebody that I would be happy with. Somebody that wouldn't frustrate me so much. On that note, I met a woman named Vina. It was actually the third woman I talked to tonight. Initially went in and was talking to this older woman that I don't particularly find attractive at all. Which isn't to say I wouldn't go home with her, but that's another story entirely. I actually met her last night, the other woman whose name I don't remember. And I'm not worried about her name. Yeah, last night she did buy me a beer. She was totally coming on to me and grinding on me, and it was. I noticed there were some people looking at body language while her and I were singing a duet together. She's like, "Oh, we need to sing a duet. We need to sing a duet." Just for the record, I am not fond of singing duets. How you be a karaoke host and not like doing duets? Yeah, I'm not into doing duets. That's not my thing. It's just not. Like doing my own songs, doing my own thing. I mean, there's some duets I like singing with certain particular people, but as far as just, random woman that I meet at a karaoke bar, and granted, I know a good way to hook up with women at a karaoke bar is sing a duet with a random chick, but it's usually just want to sing the most awful stuff. Like, do I want to sing Picture? No. In fact, I'm neither fond of Kid Rock nor Sheryl Crow, so just no. And every now and then someone's like, well, hey, you sing a duet? I'm like, yeah, do you know American Boy by Estelle and Kanye? I keep waiting for the girl that goes, oh yeah, I know that. That's my jam. Because then maybe we've got something to build on, but usually people just want to sing these duet karaoke cliches, and I'm just simply not into that crap. But it was kind of nice, and I'm talking about last night, not tonight. It was kind of nice last night when I got in there that I did have a woman, and in spite of the fact that I didn't find her all that attractive, I was like, well, I'd rather go home with her than go home alone, so what the hell? Maybe maybe her and I will click, and maybe she's a cool person. We'll spend some time with her. She's an interesting person, I'll give her that. But she's asked me about duets, and I'm like, oh, I don't really know any duets, which isn't true, but I'm just, I really don't think of duets. I'm not somebody who sings duets. I like to sing my own songs, generally speaking, at karaoke. And I look at it like whenever I'm singing a duet, it's taking away from time I could be singing my own song. I'd rather sing my own song. So there's that. Anyway, she's like, well, how about Peaches and Herb Reunited? And I do actually really like that song. Like, that was an interesting throwback. And I'm like, okay, yeah, okay. Like, it's one thing if somebody suggests something, it's something I'm actually feeling. So, yeah, I went ahead and did that. I pretty much carried the song. I don't know why she picked it out, because she didn't appear to really know the verses for shit. I totally carried the song. But it was funny, like, while she was singing it, she's all like, like trying to grind on me and sing, and like the whole time I'm sure I just had this look of just sheer terror because I just wasn't really yeah. I'm kind of somebody who has an aversion to people I don't know touching me in general, you know, and that's, you know, that just kind of comes with being on the spectrum. So yeah, like I don't know you well enough for you to be like grabbing on me like this yet. I know, like, and like this is awful. And then I've got like attractive women looking at me, and I'm thinking, God, like these women I'm looking at, I'm thinking I could be into, and they're thinking that maybe I'm into this chick that I'm singing, and that's not really what I'm looking for. Anyway, we made it through the song, but after that, I was like, yeah, this is not really my. That's not. Like, she was asking to do these like country duets that were like songs I didn't even know, and I'm just like, yeah. Yeah, I said, I kind of want to sing my own songs. It's not really what I'm into. It's like, she's like, well, what do you do? I said, I typically, you know what I'm here? I typically do like R&B and hip hop. And she's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. And at some point, like, Tim was playing, I forget what the hell he was playing. Probably, I don't know, some like late 90s hip hop anthem. I forget which one. And I'm like, that's my shit right there. That's the kind of stuff I usually do. And she looked at me all dumbfounded, like, really? And I'm like, yeah. And Tim was pretty close to me. I'm like, Tim, I said, wouldn't you say this is generally the kind of stuff I do? He's like, oh yeah. And he's looking at him and looking at me like she can't even imagine this. Now I'm imagining she's probably an older woman. I'm guessing she's probably in her late 50s. Although I've met so many women that are in the late 50s that I think are in their late 50s that I come to find out are like in their early 40s, and I'm like, oh damn, I thought you were like older than me, and you're like a decade younger. Ouch. On that note, I should know the age of the woman that I was hanging out with tonight, that I was really clicking with, but I don't. I didn't do the math. I think she said she was born in 83 or 84. So I'm looking at someone that's about 13 years younger than me. That's my wheelhouse. That's my comfort zone right there. It really is. So, anyway, I'll talk more about that once I get back from Circle K. It's 11:52, and I'm trying to get my sip and save for Sunday because I haven't got it yet. Well, that was kind of odd. So it's 11:56 now. Definitely made it in before midnight. There's the cashier right there. Oh, I thought she was coming out. I thought I was going to get her on video. Got a cute new cashier. Black gal. She looks to be like in her mid-30s. Got some nice extensions. She's cute. And totally hooked me up because for some reason it didn't it didn't take my phone number, and I put it in twice on the self-service kiosk. Then she tried to do it on the regular register, and it didn't take my sip and save. And I know a couple days ago I checked it, and, you know, when I did it, it said I had 11 days left, so I know it ain't expired. And the weird thing is, if it is expired, it always pops up a thing and says when it expired and offers to renew it, which it didn't do that. So I don't know, maybe for some reason it's not connecting to that computer or whatever. That was very odd. I've never had it happen quite like that. Like anytime I've had it my sip and save not work, it's been like a couple days after I got it. And I'm always ready with my receipt right after I buy it. Anyway, I'm glad the cashier was really cool about it and cute. I'd like to see her again. But I was talking about Vina. I was also talking about the woman that had really bad taste in music and really wanted to sing duets that I was not down to do with her. In fact, I even told Tim, it's like, she wants to sing old people duets. I said, that is not my thing. He laughed. He's like, yeah, her old people songs are killing my crowd. Like, I don't know what Loretta Lynn song she sang, but it was definitely not the right crowd for it. And nothing against Loretta Lynn. I actually like Loretta Lynn, but it was not the right crowd for that song whatsoever. Last night, she wasn't singing tonight.
least I didn't notice her singing tonight. Anyway, as soon as I came in, she approached me, which is fine. Like, at one point, she just seemed to completely lose interest in me last night, and I was kind of thankful for that. I was actually really thankful for that. But yeah, tonight, you know, a lot less people. It's a Sunday night, obviously. The last time I went there on a Sunday, it was a holiday weekend, so it's not even comparable to a normal Sunday. It was an amateur drinking night. But this Sunday, it was slow, but it wasn't dead. It was a comfortable crowd for Sunday night, especially a Sunday night in summer in Phoenix. But you know, I was kind of glad to see her. It's like, well, it's always nice to at least see people that are familiar, and if she wants to grind on me a little bit, I'll take it. I like to be grinded on by women, even if they're women I don't find all that attractive. Anyway, she's got this young black woman with her that is just like fit, like on a scale of 1 to 10 fit. She's at a pretty solid 10. Although she was doing this, she was like pulling her shirt up just like to the point I could see the bottom of her bra. She's like, hey, if I show you this, you can buy me a drink. And I'm like, probably not. No. Now, if you want to pull that shirt up and go make out in your car and, you know, put those in my mouth, like, and we're going to spend the night together, I'll definitely buy you breakfast. I got 3 smartphones and internet. I can look at tits all day long. Sorry. I mean, that's not what I said, but, you know, that's kind of what I was thinking, you know. But she was hot, and I chatted her up, too. Like, her and I were kind of clicking each other, and I'm thinking, God, this woman is way out of my league. But, you know, I've never been one to let that stop me, and I've hooked up with more than my share of women that you would think would be way out of my league. I actually dated some of them and stuck with them for a while. As Tom Petty says, even the losers get lucky sometimes. I don't know. I'm just kind of myself, and if it works, it works. You know. I mean, if anything, I think the fact that I wasn't gonna just buy her drinks because she was looking to pull her shirt off, the fact that I turned that down probably like made me a little more attractive to her. I think it's hard to say, but it seems like generally that's how that sort of thing goes. But anyway, but yeah, then at one point, like her and the older woman that I knew from the night before that I was kind of not wanting to do duets with after the first one, and she ended up playing pool and getting all involved with the people she was playing pool with, which was fine. I ended up kind of hanging out with some other people that I knew, and generally speaking, had a good time and stayed there. I didn't stay till they're closed because remember I shot video, and a friend of mine called me because he was all hammered down at Newtown, but and it didn't look like I was hooking up with anybody there, so like whatever. I'll go make sure that, you know, Mason gets home okay. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, they're over playing darts, and I'm really not into playing darts. And I think the really fit woman that was really gorgeous, she looked like she's probably late 20s, maybe early 30s. And I can be really bad at place and age. But I think she wanted me to play darts with her. And I think I could have maybe made some progress and got to know her better if I'd have joined in on the dart team. But I'm absolutely terrible at playing darts. And I was still working on moving files around on my smartphones. So, yeah, just wasn't feeling that. And but she kept coming over and talking to me, which is okay. Anyway, this other woman comes over. Obviously a little younger than me, but not like a whole lot younger than me. Fairly attractive. I mean, I'm not going to say on a scale of 1 to 10 that she was, you know, on a fit level of 10. And the other woman straight up was. Let's face it. I realize I got better chances with somebody that's not that damn hot. I mean, I'll shoot my shot at a woman that's that hot, and sometimes it works out. But would rather get to know somebody that isn't on the surface visually ridiculously out of my league and maybe click. And this woman sat down a couple seats down from me while I was mostly working on stuff on my phones. And the first song I put in to sing was the Rudimental remix of Bloodstream by Ed Sheeran, which is not something I sing very often. And I was thinking about Ed Sheeran because the owner of the karaoke system there had sang an Ed Sheeran song the night before, and I was talking about that on the way in. So kind of have Ed Sheeran in my mind. I'm like, yeah, I love Ed Sheeran. Let's do some Ed Sheeran. So I'm scrolling through stuff, and there's like, and I saw Bloodstream, the remix of Bloodstream, and I'm like, I love that. I haven't done that in a while. And I nailed that one. I knocked that one out of the park. Probably not the best I've ever done it, because I've done that song very well, but I did it pretty damn good. I got a hell of an applause from the crowd that was there, which is really saying something, because it's not really the genre of music that was where the crowd was, but like it still worked, and I nailed it. And then right after that, the woman that was sitting a couple seats down from me that I thought was fairly attractive, I definitely noticed her this moment she sat down. And that was Vina. She introduced herself later. But yeah, she immediately starts talking to me once I get back. And I guess that's why I like going to karaoke bars. And that's why I generally have had good luck with meeting women and hooking up with women in karaoke bars. Because I'm not good at approaching women. Like, I'm not the guy that goes up and just starts chatting up random women with pickup lines. Like, that's brutally, painfully awkward to me. For me, I can't do it. But I've found that I'm good enough and interesting enough as a karaoke singer that sometimes women will approach me afterwards. And I can sometimes carry that, and I did, and I started telling her talking about Ed Sheeran, and she seemed genuinely interested in it. And I was telling her about, kind of how his Dublin concert prior to Multiply, it was like a promotional thing before Multiply was released on YouTube, which I should put a link to that in this video in case you've never seen that, because it's not the most known thing by Ed Sheeran, but that's what took me from being an Ed Sheeran, like somebody that had heard of Ed Sheeran and liked Ed Sheeran, to someone that's like, yeah, I'm an Ed Sheeran fan. No, I'm really into Ed Sheeran. You're into Ed Sheeran? Oh yeah. No, he's just kind of a pop singer. Yeah, tell me you don't know much about Ed Sheeran without telling me you know much about Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran's way more than that. So anyway, I started telling her about how that was what got me into him, and how like a year and a half later, I got to see him fifth row in Atlanta, and what a great show that was. And she was just captivated by it. She's like, God, so you were so descriptive with that stuff. I feel like I was there just listening to you talk about it. Anyway, we had a great conversation, talked the whole time until she had to go. I was kind of disappointed when she said she had a curfew. I'm like, well, how do you have a curfew? And she just moved. She's going through some tough times. She just moved here from Milwaukee. And is staying in a shelter. Not going to say which shelter. I don't want to share that, disclose that much information, but let's just say it's one that's nearby that I got some connections to. So there's that. But she was kind of lollygagging getting out. I was like, I don't want to see you lose your bed there. I know how that place is. It's hard to get a bed there. Once you lose it, you're cut off. Don't do that. But I gave her my card. I didn't ask for a number. She didn't give me her number, but I gave her my card, and she said she's gonna text me tomorrow. We'll do lunch or dinner or something. So I hope she's serious. So many times women have said they're interested in me and then I never hear from them again. And I didn't get her number, but yeah, she says the first time she ever went there. So, which is interesting because like the night I hooked up with Crystal, that was the first night she'd ever gone to that bar as well. So, wow. I think I got it on the hip hop station right now. I've never heard that before, but it's interesting. They're doing kind of an interpolation of the medley of Danny California by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I had to look that up. I'm intrigued by that song, whatever it was. Anyway, I'm going inside. I'm gonna try to get a little bit of work on my videos and get a bit of a nap before I go into work. Hopefully, I don't oversleep, because I only got about maybe 3-4 hours I can sleep. But anyway, thanks for coming along with the journey, the unexpected. I was not going to go bar hopping tonight. I did it anyway. But I actually met someone that I feel I really clicked with. And I really, really, really feel the need to explore that.